Hi everyone, how are you all? I hope that you're all doing okay. It's been a while since I've put a video out. I know that I said I would come on and update if I had MRI results or if there was any new issues with my MS. That's what I'm going to be talking about today because I have got an issue. And I'm not really sure where to start in this video because there's been a lot going on, but I'm going to try and break it down into sections to talk about my symptoms that I've been experiencing, what I've been trying to do for pain management, who I've seen, and then like what's the plan for the future. So the problem started in my left shoulder about a year ago, and it was like a niggly issue, like a dull ache. I wouldn't really even say it was painful, it was just more like a frustrating pain. So I didn't do anything about it, as usual. But then like about 3 months after that started, it kind of turned into pain. The level of discomfort changed from sort of a real niggle to actually that's quite painful if I move my arm. So I thought, I should really go and get it seen to. So I saw this really lovely lady who practices in quite an old-fashioned way with a machine that delivers like electrical currents to the area that is like damaged and needs to heal. And it does this by sending the electrical currents to reduce inflammation and pain. And I had a couple of sessions with her, and it was honestly one of the best things that I've tried. I felt that it was really helpful, and my shoulder felt really good again, felt just back to normal. So I didn't see her again. I didn't have any need to see her again. And then in November last year, when my granny passed, around about that time, the pain came back like really badly. I was talking to my physiotherapist about this last week, and she said that grief can actually come out in pain in the body. I don't really know what was happening, I don't know what was going on, but it really came out like big time, and it was so painful. There were lots of things going on at that time, and it took a good couple of months to go back and actually have any treatment. This time round, I thought it was more muscular, skeletal issues because my MS team had said that they thought I had rotary cuff issue because the problems, the symptoms that I was experiencing were quite similar. So I decided to go and see a sports massage therapist because I thought maybe getting it mobilized a bit more would be something that would be of benefit. Unfortunately though, that actually created more issues for me because I just think the treatment was too much. So I didn't have any more of that therapy, and I then decided to go on and have an ultrasound scan because I wanted to make sure, I wanted to see in the scan whether there was any like problems with the tendons or muscles or any of the tissues to eliminate that really. That came back to suggest that there was a fair bit of muscle atrophy, and I think it suggested that there was like neuropathical problems. I can put my ultrasound report onto the community page if anybody's interested in reading it. Anyway, after seeing him, I was given exercises to do for at least 12 weeks, and I did those regularly because that was to build up the muscles, and I think there was some like resistance exercises in there, and I thought for the first couple of weeks that was really working. It really just turned out that it was making my arm worse and just more painful. So I explained that to him, and then I explained that I would probably see my MS team. So I saw my MS team again. They were still thinking along the lines of a rotary issue, but they were going to try and arrange an MRI for me. That was in June 24 this year. We're in October now and I still didn't have an MRI. So I chased them and it was being done via a different hospital. So I chased that hospital and the hospital basically told me that they weren't doing any routine MRIs because they had such a huge backlog with cancer patients. So I totally understand that, and everybody has got different issues going on, and there's no way that I'm going to try to jump to the front of the queue. So I made a decision to now go privately. So I'm just waiting for a referral letter to really just eliminate any possibility that it is rotary cuff. So that's what's gone on. Those were the symptoms. So in between all of this, I have been trying my best to manage this pain because it's been absolutely off the scale, like cannot even deal with it. I've been in tears, I've not known where to go, not known what to do, because I think like no one knows what it is. I feel like I'm back at where I was in 2019, like totally different location on body, but like same situation where it was, you know, that was MS when it was in my wrist, but I was being told it was tendonitis. It's just so frustrating. Right, in terms of movement, that is my right arm all the way back. This is my left. And that's about as far as I can go. And that's very painful. So I'm going to stop there. If I want to brush my hair, the motor skills seem to have been lost. Yeah, the hand doesn't want to do really what I want it to do. If I carry on like this, I'll look like Wurzel Gummidge, so I'm going to stop. But you get the idea. Another thing, if I want to tie my hair up, this shoulder goes right back. This one, that's about as far as I can get it to without pain. So it's just, to be honest, so frustrating. And I don't know, it gets to a point where it just gets to a point where it's just too much, to be honest. Too much. Anyway, let's talk about what I've done in terms of pain management. So I've tried ibuprofen, didn't work. I've tried naproxen, didn't work. I've tried hot and cold therapy, didn't work. But what I have tried is just the cold therapy on its own. Absolutely amazing. The only downside to that is that it's possibly the analgesic numbing effect, which makes you feel blimmin' amazing for about all of 30 minutes and then it wears off. And you need to sustain that feel-good factor for longer than that period of time. It's also a bit concerning the fact that if that is a numbing effect, that you could do more damage because you can't feel what you're doing because it's numb. So it's great and it really does feel fantastic, and I am taking cold showers and doing the cold water therapy, but that's more just to get some pain relief, not to go like gung-ho because I can't feel my shoulder. Obviously the treatment that I'm having with my wonderful physiotherapist and the electrical current stuff is doing absolute wonders, but I think because I've left my arm for a period of time and it's got into such a bad state, we are going to really need to do lots of sessions of those, because what she's suggesting is that my nerves are compromised, unfortunately, and where I've got this like muscle atrophy, my poor little muscles in my shoulder are not working properly, and so nothing is working in there, and there's such a lack of circulation because I can feel it. I can feel that my shoulder isn't working properly and it doesn't want to work, and it's very upsetting. But it's just one of those things. I've been here before, and I think I just need to dig deep for the positives that I have been here in a similar situation, and I just have to remember that possibly, potentially, hopefully it will come right again. And I'm in the right space with the right people to be working on it. So I saw my GP Friday just gone, and they put me on amitriptyline, which is a nerve pain medication. So I only just started that like Friday night, and it's only Sunday today. So I know it's not going to work straight away, and I have to wait for that to work, to become something that I can actually say is having an effect. So maybe that, together with some of the electrical nerve current stuff that I'm doing, will help. Plus I'm going to hopefully get the MRI this week so my MS team can look at it, and then going forward we can put a proper plan in place. It's the fact that I just have got this pain and it's just constant. It's keeping me up at night. I'm not sleeping very well. It's one of those things when you just have constant pain all the time. It's just really, it brings you down. It brings you down mentally, and it brings you down physically, and it's just really hard to deal with. This is quite a strange video for me because I've never experienced pain in my shoulder. I can't see any other videos where anybody's experienced this. My physiotherapist also says that she usually sees people with more leg problems, and not really upper extremities, but it's always been upper extremities that I've had the major issues with. If anyone has had experiences, please share with me what maybe you've experienced and what you've done. Have you had any different pain relief? Because I'm all for listening. And also, you know, I'm just going to say to you as well, please don't do what I did. If you've got a shoulder issue and you've got multiple sclerosis, don't do what I've done and leave it and now look at the state that I'm in. It's not really a laughing matter, I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm just on a real serious note actually. Please, if you've got a niggly shoulder or a bit of an issue or something going on there, don't ignore it, because this started as a very niggly bit of frustration, and it's now turned into a full-blown issue where I can't actually use my arm, and yeah, I don't want that for you. Thank you, and I hope everybody, as I said, is keeping well, and I shall be back to update you. Take care everyone, and see you soon. Bye.